create your net worth. Net worth is not talking about your worth as a human being, like I've said. Net worth is talking about how much you cost, how valuable you are in the marketplace. Okay? Net worth is talking about how valuable you are in the eyes of men, in the eyes of the world, in the eyes of people. How valuable you are, how people see you, how much you cost. That's what it means. How much you cost. And that is just the real world where we live in. We live in real world, and everything your net worth depends on how much worth, how much value you have been able to create in yourself. For example, I'm looking at Layo Charles Emmanuel right now. She's editing. She and her husband, they edit my books. And for that, I pay them a certain amount of money. Now, that amount of money that I pay them, why is it that I'm not paying any other person who are around me that money? Why am I not giving it to just anybody? Because these people have created value in themselves. So somebody could say that that money is too much. Another person might say it's okay. But, whatever it is, let me just use it as an example. Let's say $1,000 for the work they do. So if they edit my book and they get $1,000 for that, and somebody said, that is too, but why? If they didn't do anything, I could do that. Well, there were so many people who tried to do it. There are so many people who tried to do the same thing. But because I couldn't see the value of their work. The value of their work is not convincing to me. The value of their work is not convincing to me. They have not convinced me that they have what it takes. So what made Layo to convince me that she has what it takes? Because she had taken time through a lifetime or a certain time in her life to add value to herself, to develop the skill of language and the skill of writing. So because she has developed that skill, that means she had added value to herself through that skill that she had developed. So she had converted some amount of time in her life. It's like, what is editing a book? That is, anybody can do that. We all went to school. Well, maybe you went to school and just did the regular thing. And maybe you only invested 1,000 hours, writing, or maybe you never even invested so much time writing. But maybe Layo and Charles, maybe they had invested 5,000 hours writing and, adding value to themselves. So right now when they write or when they speak, we can see the difference. And thanks to that value of time, they converted their time into value. They converted their time into worth. Thank God that they created that value in themselves. They didn't just allow that time to pass them by. Even though they might have been suffering that time they were creating that value. Maybe they had nothing to eat. Maybe that's what normally happens. When you are in the process of creating value or converting time into value to yourself, when you are in the process of adding value to yourself, nobody sees the product yet. Nobody sees the worth yet. Nobody sees the result yet. But you must believe in your activity. You must believe in what you are doing. You must believe in the process. You must have faith in the future product that you are going to give, that you are going to have. I personally know that Charles and Layo, that they were students here in Ukraine. And, as medical students, they had to pay for school. But despite maybe whatever they were going through, and they were married as students. And so they probably had a lot of challenges. And I know that before me, nobody was paying them that kind of money for their editing work. So what they were using their whole life, nevertheless, to develop themselves. So at the time when you are converting time to add value to yourself, it could be like a wasted time. But listen closely to this. Any time that you convert to add value to yourself is never a wasted time. Time is never wasted if you are using it to add value to yourself. Also, number 2, time is never a wasted time, or time is never wasted when that time is being converted to add value to others. So you might not see the result, but when you are adding value and you know of the quality of value you are adding, when you know of the quality of conversion you are doing to add value to yourself, that time is never wasted. That time is invested. And when you are, adding value to others, converting your time to adding value to others as well, it is never wasted as well, especially if those other people are responsible people. If you teach them responsibility, if you teach them to go and practice what you are giving to them, that time is an invested time. It's not a wasted time. So when you are adding value to yourself, it's not a wasted time. When you are adding value to others, it's not a wasted time. That conversion that is happening to add value to yourself, it is called creating. You are thereby creating your net worth. You are creating your net worth. So maybe it will take you maybe a few years, maybe 5,000 hours to create that net. To keep on adding value to yourself concerning that particular thing. Maybe it takes you 10 hours, maybe it takes you 5 hours, maybe it takes you 8 hours, but you keep on working, and that period when you are adding value to yourself is most likely that you don't produce physical products yet. Maybe you don't produce services yet. Maybe nobody has seen. Maybe that value you are adding to yourself has not become visible yet. But if you don't give up, if you know what you are doing, and you believe in the quality of value that you are forming in yourself, the value you have created will later on work for you. The value you have created in yourself will later on return to you. The value you have created in yourself will later on pay you for the rest of your life. So that little 10 hours that you use adding value to yourself will become your bread tomorrow. It will become your finances tomorrow. It will become your greatness tomorrow. It will become your net worth tomorrow. The value that you have added to yourself decides your net worth tomorrow. So net worth mainly is coming from added value, either to yourself, to others, or to the product or service that you are producing. So let's say, for example, I know Nkem does cake. Let's say Nkem is spending a lot of her time when she's going in the bus, or maybe, let's say she devotes 2 hours every day into studying cake, the act of doing cake, how to make better cakes, how to make cakes that are healthy, how to use new ingredients, how to find new ingredients for cakes, and how to design cakes, or how to make promote cake or sell it, or how to market it. She's studying 2 hours every day, studying about this subject. Nobody sees that. But she should know what she is doing. That even though nobody is seeing me, but I am adding value. I'm creating value for myself. I am adding value to myself. Even though right now there is no money to pay for car, no money to pay for house, no money to pay for whatever, for comfort and for luxury. You don't need to worry about that. You know that just like a farmer goes to the farm, and when it goes to the farm, it takes the seed and plants it. It will take some time for that seed to germinate, to grow, and to begin to bear fruit. The same thing with us. We need to keep on converting time. Even though the fruit might not be easily visible immediately, but the most important thing is that you are creating value. You are, converting your time into value. When the time comes, just like with the tree that is planted, or just like the seed that is planted, the time will come anyway, especially when you don't stop working on that field, when you don't stop, adding water to it, when you don't, stop tending your ground. If you keep on adding value to yourself, you keep on converting the wealth of time into added value to yourself. One day, especially if you also study the act, what I spoke about the other day, how to advertise yourself, yourself, how to promote yourself, how to look for partners, how to talk to other people who might be interested. If you are developing yourself all round, if you are doing whatever you need to do, that value, that added value becomes your worth. It becomes your net worth. Even though you have not produced, it has not given you money yet, but it's already an added value. The only thing you need for it to be money is for somebody to notice you one day. It's for somebody to see you, or it's for you to just speak. But you are being, just by the mere fact that you have added value to yourself, just by the mere fact that you are a skilled expert right now, just by the fact that you already know what you do and you know it better than any other person, and you are more prepared than any other person. Your manifestation is just a matter of time. Your physical wealth is just a matter of time. So your real, like with Lion, your real wealth and your real worth is that added value that has been added to you. That is your wealth. So it is wealth and riches is not when you take the money or when you have the physical, money in your hand. Those are just compensations. Those are just things that come later on. But your real worth is the added value. That is your worth. So let's talk about Bill Gates, for example. Bill Gates is the richest man in the world. But he became the richest man in the world not because he was looking after money, not because he was chasing after money. It's not money that made Bill Gates the richest man in the world. You know what made Bill Gates the richest man in the world? Is Microsoft. The added value, the time that he converted in making himself skillful by creating value in himself, and also by creating his product. So it is the skill, the know-how of Microsoft that is his net worth. Even that amount of money that people are saying is worth now is actually worth more than that. That is just the amount that has been manifested, has been produced. But the worth itself is in him. The fact that he was able to create and generate that value in himself, the skill, the expertise that he has developed himself, that is his net worth. His net worth is the value created in him. Is how much time he succeeded in using judiciously, how much conversion he was able to do with his time. That is his net worth. Money is only a manifestation later on. It's just something that it's just a physical manifestation. So we shouldn't run after money. It is not money that makes us rich. It is not money that determines our worth. It's not money. Money only comes to confirm the worth that we already created in ourselves. Money only comes to confirm riches, because your net worth could be your net worth could be assessed differently. Your net worth could be assessed not just as money. So let's say somebody assesses the worth of Bill Gates as money. They say he's $60 billion rich. But that is not his worth. His worth is much more important than that. It's much more, greater than that. The net worth of Bill Gates is much more greater than the money. His net worth is the revolution he created. Is the fame. Is the aura. Is the name he created for himself. Is the fact that he made computer available to everybody. That is his worth. That is his real net worth. His net worth is more than that money. That's why he could give out all the money and he's still respected and he's still rich. I mean, he's worth 60 billion and he gave out 40 billion, because it is not the money that creates his worth. It is the content, the value he has already created through conversion of time that created his worth. The same thing with Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett also worth 60 billion, but he gave out 30 billion, because it is not the money that creates their worth. Their worth is in what they have, the value they have generated in themselves. Is the time they have been able to invest, the time they have been able to convert to become who they are. If you have been watching our videos, and maybe you enjoy them, maybe you don't enjoy them, but still, we need you to help us spread the word. And for that to happen, we only need you to take 5 little steps. Please help us spread this word by liking the video. Then, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We also need you to press the notification button, and the way to do that is to click on the bell. You see the bell there? Click on it. Then, of course, leave your comments. Let's know what you're thinking about each video. And finally, we need you to go and share the word. Share this video on your Facebook timeline, on your Instagram, and every other platform that you have. All right? Let's win the world for Christ. Thank you so much.